Okay, in today's video, we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin as well as the DXY, the US dollar, how this can affect Bitcoin essentially, and how it could essentially turn in Bitcoin into a dump to a pump, as well as my top 3 altcoins to have for the next bull market. So let's have a look at the DXY real quick. This is the US dollar, guys. We are currently in a downtrend, as you guys can see, at $92. Now, what does that mean? Well, as you guys can see right here, ever since we had that pump right here, Bitcoin has been in a decrease and a decline. Why? Because supply and demand, guys, inflation and so on. Assuming that this comes back down, we should see a pump on Bitcoin. Okay, if we see the DXY essentially come back down to $90, 90, I wouldn't be surprised if essentially Bitcoin pumps to 40,000. So that would be essentially pretty bullish news for Bitcoin. Now let's dive into the Bitcoin charts real quick, because Bitcoin is king, and then after that I'm gonna have a look at the top altcoins that will explode and that are still cheap and valuable for this market right now. So first of all, Bitcoin right now currently traded at 33,500, and we are seeing some nice consolidation, nothing too crazy. If we have a look at the EMA ribbons, guys, once again still getting rejected, nothing new right here. I haven't made a video actually since the 7th of July, I believe, maybe the 10th of July, I don't remember. I believe it was Friday. Anyways, we are Monday, and as you guys can see, we got rejected for a second time right here in 2 days. So this is just telling you how well technical analysis work. And let's go back into the charts. Ever since we broke above these EMA ribbons, we haven't been able to break above it once again. And as you guys can see right here, we've been supported by these EMA ribbon on the bull market, and now it's very possible we're going to be resisted by or we're gonna have a nice little resistance by these exponential moving average on the bear market. Having a look at the 4-hour time frame, guys, real quick, we've been bouncing up and down. Let me remove these the exponential moving average. We've been bouncing back and forth, guys, between 36,000 to 32,000, 33,000 right now. Nothing too crazy, nothing too much to see over here. We are actually in a descending channel, as you guys can see right now, which is fairly bullish in my opinion. We had a few touches right here. We got one touch, two touch. So after the second touch, you would know, maybe this is a slight touch. After the second touch, you would know that we are in a channel and that it would essentially act as a resistance. Same way to the downside right here. We got one touch, two touches. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back to 31,200. So actually putting a short right here is not a bad idea. Even though, or although we could pop back, to the 34,000, 35,000 right here region, 34,600 before coming back down. It's very possible we do something like that and then come back down. So in my opinion, stop loss above 35,000 would be pretty good. If you guys are using leverage, let's assume, and you're putting a short 6%. Let's assume you're doing ×2 or ×3, anywhere between 12 to 18% you could be making on this trade, which is fairly decent. Of course, always use your stop loss and risk management accordingly. Having a look at the weekly time frame real quick and the EMA ribbon, which is a pretty big one, guys. We are reaching the 55 exponential moving average, so we are in a downtrend, of course, and we are essentially trending around this area right now. So it's pretty bad, pretty bearish in my opinion. If we do manage to break above the 55 exponential moving average, that would be bad news bears. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back to at least 24,000, because we got the CME gap over here, which is approximately right here. And after that, we're gonna have to reconsider. Perhaps 20,000 is would be a target in my opinion. So anywhere between this area. We could also be in a bear market, guys, for another year, unfortunately, if Bitcoin doesn't, if we don't essentially see big moves by Bitcoin right here. If we see this exponential moving average come down and cross over the 55 in the next few weeks, that would be bad news. Anyways, having a look at the top 5 altcoins, or the top 3, sorry, in my opinion, for the next alt season, so that I will be accumulating, guys, even though if the alt season won't be coming in next few weeks. Number 1 would be ADA Cardano right here. We got ADA Cardano trading at $1.33, a market cap of $42 billion, $639 right here. Currently traded at it's currently 5th overall actually. Let's have a look at some of the charts. We're gonna pop back in. We gotta look at that, guys. 1 million. We got over 1 million people watching it, and we are actually still trending. I don't believe we're gonna go below $1, but around this region is a very good Very, very good price. Number 2, we got Polygon Matic Network Layer 2 option to Ethereum. Look at that, we got 500,000 people watching it, currently traded at $1, guys. That's a steal. We got a market cap of $6 billion, fully diluted, we got 12 billion. So this is pretty good coin in my opinion. It should explode. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this in the $10, in the $10, $15 region in the next bull market. Of course, depending if Ethereum 2.0 comes out or not, then that's really gonna change everything. Number 3, guys, is another layer 2 solution, which I really like, is Seller Network. 50,000 people watching it approximately. We got a market cap of $241 million. So that's fairly cheap, trading at 3 cents. If you drop $3,000 on here, you have 100,000 seller. In my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if this coin went to half a cent to $1, which would be essentially 50,000 to $100,000, which is very doable. Having a look at the chart, guys, boom, we just crashed down. We came crashing down. Of course, the reason of the crash is because Seller Network is not a high altcoin. It's actually it's a pretty I wouldn't say it's a penny stock coin. Look at that, 163 million. Sorry, it's there's not a lot of money in it. It's not very diluted. So it's very easy to manipulate it essentially. But once this reaches like $1 or $2, which I wouldn't be surprised, it would the market cap would essentially be $5 to $10 billion, which would be pretty stable, at least more stable than it is now. Anyways, if you guys like this video, of course, please leave a like, thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.